Hiya, Jimbo. It's me, your Uncle Stanley. Listen, I just got in from out of town. There's a body in my trunk, and I need it buried.
Hello, and welcome to Buried, a podcast where we go out into the internet jungle and bring back hidden gems of internet lore to the public seeing eye. I'm Declan Grogan, and as always, I'm joined by Dylan Ward.
Hi.
Liam Mann.
Hey, gamers. It's me, Gamer Guy 72.
Wait, I want to change my intro.
And Jimmy Brown.
Meowth, that's right.
Okay, gamers, let's get this bread.
Let's grind for this grain.
So yeah, this is just a show where we find things on the internet and bring them to you that are usually obscure. And
If
that's
you listen
it.
if you're here from episode 1, how the hell did you get that recording? I don't think you put it out.
No one's allowed. Yeah, so this isn't our first. This is like our first episode.
Who the hell are you?
What? Please leave us alone. Stop watching right now.
Stop sending me hate mail. I didn't do anything wrong.
Go on, get.
How did you get my address?
All right.
Stop sending me hate mail. I didn't even put anything on the internet.
We didn't do anything.
All right. Who's all right? Who's all right? I'll start.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we're gonna take turns introducing what we all get a chance to give one thing we found, and then at the end we decide which one was the best.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Liam, you go at it. Get at it, my friend.
Hey, what's up? Hey, it's me. Your dad.
Hey, what's up, Dad?
Okay, so
Yeah.
so the thing I chose, you see, there's this band that I recently discovered known as the Poops.
I hate this.
And they're great.
Ooh.
I don't know if we can't play any. But,
No.
for copyright.
This is actually
Oh.
this is actually a thing where we just play copyrighted music and don't do anything else. So you can
No,
just listen to it.
just describe the notes to me. Are they bright?
Do you want? It's I think the style it's like musical diarrhea. In that
Ugh.
it's just sound.
Yeah. Every
For
once
the
in a while
sake
they
of
just
sound?
say corn.
Well, for someone such as myself who's never heard of such a unique band, can you please describe it more?
Yeah, that's very difficult because I feel like you can't be. I feel like the human mind in its regular form cannot understand why the Poops is.
Mm-hmm.
So why the fuck
For
did you
example-
pick a gem to tell the audience that we can't listen to?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to break the law? My bad. Well, okay. So
How do you
I'll just-
describe music without fucking
Just let me.
playing the
Okay,
music?
Dylan. I think if I tell you some of their song titles, I think you can get kind of some gist of
Please.
it.
Yeah,
If it was
so-
that's good. That's a good way.
If the-
So all these songs are on their album. The album titled "Plinkety Plunkety Snappity Toot," and their number one.
I
And
made
their
that
number
sound
one
going
most,
down the stairs.
and their number one most played song, called "Do You Want a Hamburger," has about 7,000 listens on Spotify. And if you go to their YouTube page, they're like they have YouTube videos for all their songs, and like the videos have like 30 views. So this is like some really, really fringe stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, but listening to it will make you feel like something's wrong with you.
I'm entering Plato's
that's
world
the
of
goal. That's the
forms.
goal of it.
Like it's the manifestation of incoherence. Is how I describe it. Let's see. Their number 2 song is "Burp the Weasel."
Is this a name or like what
don't
the
under-
sound makes?
It's like, okay, so basically, okay, so like their most popular song is "Do You Want a Hamburger," and in their song there are 2 vocal performers, right?
Okay,
And they
so-
go back, and these two singers go back and you know, your classic love story, you know, your classic love setup, where one of them is asking, you know, do you want a hamburger? But you know, the first guy, he doesn't want a hamburger, he wants a glam burger.
Oh,
And then he responds by asking, well, do you want a peanut butter cookie? And the man says, no, I want a peanut butter fookie. And that just goes on for like 5 minutes.
these conflicts of interest.
And they're just making up words for like 2 minutes. And meanwhile, the audio in the background is like a guitar and bass playing like out of sync and like slowly increasing in like
Volume.
intensity. So it's like bow, down, 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 and it's like it's really kind of disturbing
Hey,
when you
look,
like.
I've
It's
heard-
sanity.
You showed me the song. And
yeah, that's right. Declan is a first-hand witness.
yeah, I did hear it.
Of-
I absolutely hated it.
Oh yeah.
But
Don't they talk in that high-pitched voice?
yeah, and there's like
you
spoons
wanna
being hit in the
be a
background. There's a lot of
cookie?
random weird noises being like thrown around. But what really like blows me away about them is that they have a whole album, and they're like,
Oh, dude. No, Declan. Not only do they have a whole album, they have 2 whole albums.
I think, so like you know how hard it is to create something and then stick with it.
Oh, absolutely.
And these people were like, yeah, like they were crazy enough to make that song, and then they're like,
Honestly,
no, this is our thing now.
It's kind of admiring that like they clearly put like effort into making something so incomprehensible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It is sort of inspiring in a way.
If it
Yeah.
was if the songs
show
were
that,
like a color, what would you describe them as being? What color?
Probably like someone took like a palette of regular colors and just smashed their face on it, and then smashed their face on a canvas. That would be the color of the poops.
Jackson Pollock.
Periwinkle.
Jackson Pollock's
Big art guy
like,
over here.
Yeah.
Jackson Pollock's brother, who has broken hands.
They're like
Jackson Pollock's-
everyone sees his paintings and they're like, "Wow, so artsy." And like he's like, "Actually, I was trying to make a tree.
It like cuts.
I just don't
It's like-
have
it's like-
hands."
Jackson Pollock. They're
horribly
like,
wrong.
wow, Jackson Pollock is such like a creative. I wonder how he thought of that. And it cuts like Jackson Pollock in his studio, and he's got like paintbrushes like tied to his stumps.
Well, you know
He's
what they
like-
say. You know what they say. Beauty is in the hand of the beholder.
Ooh.
Do they
You know-
say that?
If they wanted
Who is that?
wanted him to have
Cite
healthy
your
I am
hands,
the
sources.
bully.
Oh
if
shit!
they wanted
you're
him to
right.
have healthy hands, they shouldn't have named him Broken Hands Pollock. You know.
Classic broken.
He was
hands
originally
Pollock.
gonna be named John, but when he came out of the womb, they're like, oh wait.
If they didn't want him to be seen as a big stupid idiot, they shouldn't have named him Big Stupid Idiot Pollock.
Pollock. Those Pollock parents, my gosh,
They were rude.
they were
Yeah.
really rude.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
know,
they-
once they tried to give me a hamburger when I really wanted a glam burger.
Really? Well, you know what? I actually wanted a chocolate cake, but they gave me a schmucklich make.
Oh.
I would like to know if they write those songs. They like have notebooks. where they
Who
write
else-
them out.
Yeah,
Do you
like
think-
what are they gonna hire? Like
Do you
John-
think
A
do you think it's like,
ghostwriter?
or do you think it's like
Lambert?
Okay.
Are you implying that it's like divine inspiration?
No,
like,
oh,
yeah,
it's
this
like
is-
God is
I
sent
mean
from
it like
heaven and just like hits
Ghost
him
written
over the
by
head.
Drake.
Guys, you know what I mean. I mean it
So-
like it is they do it improvisational.
Oh.
Oh, I see.
I wouldn't. No. Do I want a hamburger is very clearly improvised. Because he's like, he's like, no, I want a peanut butter Wookie. You know what I mean? It's like very clearly that he's just making it up. Although some other songs, I think they're written like there's a song called Robots, and it talks about like how the robots want them to brush their hair, and they say no.
Hey,
Trust me. It would make more sense. See, I don't know if it would make more or less sense if you could hear the song.
I mean, we can't. I don't know. It's up to the listeners.
yeah, look it up, listeners, or just imagine it like we are.
We'll link everything below.
That's what
It's a
we'll do.
bold claim.
It's a lot of work linking.
If it
things.
weren't for the laws of this land, I'd have slaughtered you,
Uh-huh.
mortal.
Yeah, can I just bring up something almost completely unrelated, but I thought of?
Actually,
in the
you're
background?
actually according to podcast law number 7, you're not allowed to bring anything up.
Oh yeah,
Sorry, my hands are tied here.
yeah. Well,
Sorry.
all right. So one of the scariest experiences I've had yet in my life. This is when Liam was talking about the spoons in the background. Was when
Dude,
I was I was in the bathroom and some like really heavy dude came like, you know, slobbering in or whatever. I could hear him like shuffling
Meander?
into
Dude,
his
is this an
stall.
epic story time
It's-
video?
And so what?
Is this a blowjob prank on sexual video?
No.
In the hood.
No. So I got
Sorry,
out of
continue.
the stall and I wash my hands, do the whole thing because I'm a big
Thank
boy.
God.
And as I'm opening the door, I guess he didn't like realize I was still there because I just kind of like spent a while washing my hands because I'm a big boy. I started hearing him playing the spoons in the stall.
Really?
Wait.
How do
He's,
you know
like,
he didn't
drumming
just have like a
spoons?
metallic ball
Yeah,
sack?
he had 2 spoons. I assume I've heard spoons before being played.
I assume there was spoons.
Yeah,
Did you
I've-
call
I've-
out to him? Like,
I've
excuse
heard
me, sir.
spoons.
Maybe
I've
he's
heard
doing
the
like
spoons I
rapid
hear.
fire metallic poops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It's just a
yeah.
robot having diarrhea.
No. Like there was just he was going off.
Was it? Did it sound at all like
It was not.
Look. This
Did
is
it sound? No. Did it sound at all like the opening to the Land Down Under, where it's like. Dun, 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 dun.
It's surprisingly
You know,
it
I
was
can't say
That
exactly
was
it
Kirby's Dreamland. You just did Kirby's Dreamland.
No, I did. It's dun, 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 dun. No. It's.
Look, there's a telltale way to know if he was playing the spoons, and that's if was he singing. Because,
No, he was
like,
not
You
singing.
can't play the spoons and not
Did he
sing.
exit?
I don't know. I felt like
did
I
he
was
exit
walking
the
into a
stall?
western or something from the bathroom or something.
Did
Like you
he
just hear.
question?
Guy just saunters in.
Did he exit the stall with empty pudding cups?
I didn't stay around to see.
I think that's a telltale. That's a dead giveaway that he was in fact playing the spoons.
Or maybe
Yeah.
he was like scooping his own poop onto the pudding cups and they're full.
Poopy
How
scoop.
come no one plays the forks?
Crap, that's how pudding's made.
It is.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Declan.
All right, I'd like to give you my little pitch here.
All right, give you our little
Ugh,
bitch.
fine.
All right, this is great, good enthusiasm. This is,
Wait, Declan, can I pause you for a second because my laundry's done?
No, guys, that's
Okay,
my
yeah.
character trait.
Yeah,
Wait,
I gotta
clap?
go grab
Should we
my
clap
laundry.
to sync the stop?
yeah,
I'll
go
be
ahead,
back
go
in,
get
like-
the laundry.
5
Should we
seconds,
clap?
all right?
Yeah,
Speed grab
we'll
it.
be back. We'll be back.
All right. See you next time on. I'll be back.
Should we clap to sync the stop?
Okay, guys.
No, we'll keep going, I guess.
I want
Are
to
we
talk,
just gonna keep
guys. I
going?
want to talk to you about let's kicking Jimmy from the cast.
Well, too bad. I don't want to listen. All right, yeah, no, continue.
I just think getting laundry in the middle is very unprofessional.
Yeah.
No, I mean, okay, listen.
Yeah.
I know we get. Listen, when I was in this position one time. I had dirty clothes. I was a big boy. You know, I had to clean up my own teeth.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like falling out left and right.
Yeah, you have to close. Everyone's been there.
But enough's enough. You know,
You don't
You gotta-
bring it
you
in
gotta-
to the podcasting room.
Yeah.
don't.
All
It's
that
it's that classic baseball term. One strike and you're out.
You know what they say? Fool me once. Please leave forever.
Fool me once, you don't get another chance. You're out. That's it.
Fool me
Fool
two
me
times.
once, you get
Fool me
executed.
2 times. You didn't even have a second chance. Why are you here? Get out. Go.
Go, leave. I swear. There's a
Step-
single mess up. You're
Fool
out
me
of my
3
office.
times. Fool me 3 times. It's after hours. Get out of my office or I'm gonna call the
It's
police.
after hours.
Fool me 4 times. How'd you find out where I live? Oh God, no! Put the gun down, please.
Fool me
Dear
5
Lord,
times.
please. I have friends and family, please.
What am I listening to? What is that in the background?
Is that your roommate?
Oh yeah.
I just
Sorry.
heard Korean in the background. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Ooh,
I was like,
whoa, hey, oh.
Is someone watching a video?
Dude, we have a live audience, except he can only hear my voice and none of your voices.
That's
Hey,
the best
little
way.
stickers, I'm
Well, that's
back.
actually how. Oh, sweet. That's actually how the podcast is going to be released.
Honestly,
Not just single tracks of each of
guys,
us.
we should guys. Okay, hear me out. We
Sure.
should pad our content. We should pad out our content by instead of releasing one podcast with all 4 of us talking, we should release 4. We should release 4 different podcasts with each of us, like, you know what I mean?
And like
Don't
each
like
week,
real
you
podcast.
listen to them over each other, and like
You
you,
have to
get like a
open
little
4
more of the
tabs.
story.
No, we
Gotcha,
do
I
like a
would-
David Lynch thing, where like you hear it in tiny little sentences, but they're not in order.
We do the whole podcast and then just hit shuffle on the editing board.
Buried ARG.
How about we start this podcast like it's a normal podcast and then we just start screaming halfway?
Wow, that's a great idea.
Just
Like
just
no
belting it.
escalation, no build up. Just mid sentence, just start yelling your lungs out.
Claps.
Oh yeah, we
Like-
gotta clap.
All right, so Declan, what was
Oh
your
no,
thing?
we didn't
Yeah,
clap
okay.
to leave. So
So here's what I found. It's called r/Have We Met. It is a subreddit. It's semi-popular. It's got like 35,000 people on it. But the point
whoa,
is,
hey, Mr. Popular over
Ooh.
here,
Yeah,
with
Big
his big
popular guy.
subreddit.
this is like, so the point of the subreddit is everyone is in a town. They're all neighbors to each other. All 35,000 of them are. They're all like every person has 35,000 neighbors, and it's all town. And people post like very weird pictures, like just things they found on the internet. Very like not things you would find in a town, and then we'll post like, Timmy just graduated today, and then everyone comments like, oh, that's so great, I can't believe he grew up so fast, and it's like not in relation to the picture. And they all just make a big big town about it. Right now they're in their electoral season.
Do they have a mayor?
Yeah, so they're trying to elect a mayor right now.
Am I the mayor?
No, the four.
Is there gerrymandering in this town?
The four candidates are a ferret, a moose, a willow tree, and a bacteria. So yeah, and they're saying like
bacteria have been controlling our country since the beginning.
Yeah,
I say
honestly.
Down with the bacteria.
Yeah, Willow Tree has some good ideas about healthcare, to be honest.
Sanitation is theft.
I just went to the subreddit, Declan.
No!
The top post of the day is, does anybody else's cat beckon them to the void ever since that eclipse? And it's a cat who's shaking his head really fast.
Huh.
This sort of reminds me of like r/fifth world problems.
Well,
yeah.
Then the top comment on that one is that Janet's cat? She's been looking for it everywhere. It's like
so it's like r/fifth world problems, but like set in one space. Like it's like we're dropped in on one fifth world, fifth dimensional colony.
Yeah, but like
sitcom.
but it is all very like they have very specific characters. A lot of them are memes about the high school that they're like only high school kids would get it, and then it's a meme that doesn't make sense and it's just about like a teacher.
And you're like, I don't get it. It's like, are you in high school?
Shit, I'm in college.
Jimmy, would you like to go or shall I?
I'll go.
Go for it.
All right. Mine is a bit more serious almost. It's called r/Tulpas. It's a subreddit. Have you guys heard of that?
That's too serious.
What's it called?
All right, r/Tulpas. Now.
Tulpas?
Yeah.
As in TALPAS?
No, as in TULPAS. All right, so a tulpa by the subreddit's description is a mental companion created by focused thought and recurrent interaction, similar to an imaginary friend. However, unlike them, tulpas possess their own will, thoughts, and emotions, allowing them to act independently. So basically, it's a community of people who attempt to create imaginary friends within their own minds who are independent from them.
What the?
And it's really weird.
So you're telling me there's a subreddit?
I'm on it right now, and they're like, like the first question is, so is this schizophrenia / multiple personality disorder?
I was gonna say this sounds like volunteer schizophrenia.
And they're saying no, it's not. They say it's not.
Also,
So
I
yeah,
don't
no,
like Jimmy. I don't like that they refer to the people as hosts.
Yeah, I know.
God.
It's also
That's
called
disgusting.
tulpamancy when they create one.
Stop.
Tulpa forcing and
they
lucid
make art
dreaming.
of their tulpas. I found this probably about 5 months ago before it kind of blew up in the sense that people started to like people watch on this subreddit, and people were all so serious about creating their own like tulpas.
This is personas count as tulpas?
Yes, actually, there are several persona tulpas.
Oh God.
One that I read earlier today that was submitted 3 days ago. Somebody used to be like a big Christian and had accidentally created.
Do they lose weight?
No. They accidentally.
I missed that. What?
Now they're a little Christian. Now they're a little.
All right. So this guy believes that he created an independent personal Jesus in his head, like an imaginary friend Jesus, and still talks to him even though he's an atheist now.
What?
He believed that if you could talk to God directly and all that stuff and having like intimate mental thoughts and prayers and all that, but he ended up creating what he thinks is an independent figure within his own mind to talk to and like tell his secrets and shit. Some of these people have multiple tulpas, by the way, as in they have like full conversations in there. So maybe I'm talking to all my tulpas right now.
I'm sorry, but that'd just be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
That'd just be like, I'm trying to eat a dinner on my own. They're like, I think maybe that.
Wow, I'm having independent thought. I just say that over and over again. I just say, I'm having independent thought.
What if that was
Please stop it.
What if
You care.
What if your
Stop me.
tulpa was very indecisive and he just sat around in your head all day, just like, I think maybe, I would literally end my life because I would just be like, oh my god.
Go away. No, they have like. I'm pretty sure I remember reading a few months back, like about people trying to kill their own tulpas, as in like
What?
kill the mental like things in their mind because they've gotten too like horrifying.
Dude,
and
that's
stuff.
scary.
One
Okay,
of
now
the top
that's kind of
Yeah.
scary.
One of the top posts
That's
right now
fucked.
is trying to suffocate your own tulpa. Like that's
What
just
the heck?
Oh,
Jimmy. What did you just
Scary.
tell this
Should be
podcast? This is
notified.
horrifying.
This is the most buried thing that I found yet. So
Wait. The best
Hold
post.
on,
Wait, I
guys.
just
I
found.
just need to do.
Liam, I just gotta
I just-
pause you for a second.
Okay,
right?
go.
Okay, I found on this post. It says, "Took a picture of my tulpa standing against the wall. How do you like it?" And it's just a blank picture. Just a wall.
Dude, I feel like it'd be really easy to like get like karma on that thing and just be like, oh, look at this guy, and it's just like nothing. Just take pictures of random things, and be like, oh, my Groovy
Oh,
guy.
wow.
Oh, it's Google Dan.
I love Google.
Google
Dan.
Dan. Hi, I'm Dan, the creator of Google, and I'm your tulpa.
Do you think people who survived like Normandy Beach like go on the internet every now and again and just be like, why? What did I die for?
When you think about it, there's at least one veteran who is a furry.
Oh, stop! That makes me so uncomfortable.
Why?
That there's one World War II veteran who is a furry.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That makes me so uncomfortable.
His
What-
name, Adolf
Yeah,
Hitler.
wait.
No.
His fursona.
What do you think Adolf Hitler's persona was?
Oh, this is gonna be a great line of discussion. Let me tell you
It's
right
gonna
now
be-
that if there's anything I want to talk about, it's this right
It's
now.
gonna be a cute little rabbit
I think-
Fennec
with
Fox.
snow
Personally,
white
I
ears.
think it would be like an anteater, so he could lick as many French as he could.
What?
You know, like the French had the Majin.
I don't know what
They
you
had
just
like
said.
those hills.
Jimmy.
They had those hills.
You said I want to just like get this clarified. You said that Hitler's persona would be an anteater, so he could lick as many Frenchmen as possible. Is that what I heard?
No, he could
Yes,
look like more
something
of a
similar.
Frenchman.
You're paraphrasing, Declan. You're gonna have to cite that. But
Wait, I'm
all
sorry.
right, you
I'm
know,
sorry.
like the French had that like Maginot Line or whatever on the side of France that the Germans went around, right? Well, if Hitler was an anteater, then he could just eat all of
he could
the
just look. Are you
Frenchmen
implying
inside
that
of the bunker.
You could just.
So okay, hold on, Jimmy. Let me just say: are you implying that if Hitler was an anteater, he could just slither his little tongue through the Maginot Line and win World War?
Yeah, you don't
and
have
win
to go
the
through
war?
the Ardennes or Ardennes.
I don't know
Whatever.
because you kind of. All right, look. I'm gonna move us
Wasn't the
away from
Maginot
this.
Line? Isn't that World War One?
No,
Wait,
that was
Jimmy.
World War
I don't
II.
know.
They
Jimmy,
had Blitzkrieg. Yeah.
My
Uh-oh.
my
Liam
confusion came
wait,
in.
Wait, guys.
What?
Wait, hold on. Pause. Can we have like a tradition on the show where we have like a button we press that makes like really funny sounds when someone makes a fool out of themselves on
when
the
someone makes a
Stop.
historical error.
when
Only a
when someone just
historical
makes a
error.
fool. When someone makes a fool out of themselves on the internet, like, you made yourself look like an idiot on the internet. Everyone's gonna hate you
Alternatively-
forever.
Dude, it would just we just
Your
do
You can
parents
this
just
will
all
love
say
you
the
that,
all the
time.
Liam.
Well, Jimmy,
Uh-oh.
I misheard you.
Looks
I
like
thought you
you know-
said that Hitler would want to be an anteater so that he could look more French, and I was
Wait.
quite confused as to why.
Looks like you little made a
Ant-
loopsie.
Wait,
Eaters
you
are
haven't
French.
heard about
Fucking
the
boingo.
notoriously French-like anteaters?
No.
Wait, you haven't heard about the notorious B.I.G.?
Yeah, come on. All right. What persona do you guys think Hitler would have? What better things do you
Comment
have?
down below. We're gonna move away from this.
Comment, guys. Comment in. Post
Today's
in the
viewer
comments
question
what you
is:
think
what would
Hitler's-
Hitler's persona be?
Oh my gosh, this is like
We'll be
this-
featuring
Today's
it in the next video.
podcast is how to get your channel shut down.
how to literally ruin podcasting forever.
How to poison the internet.
All right, are we moving on?
Are we
Yeah,
moving
let's
on?
hear
Are you
yours,
guys
Dylan.
finished with tulpas?
Yeah, what's no? Oh
No,
yeah,
I
that's
have
right.
one.
Dylan, what's yours?
Gosh,
All right, so this one, within the last year became unburied due to very
Hey, Dylan,
strange circumstances.
If it's Minecraft, just stop.
no,
What are you
Don't do
Wait, let the man
Minecraft
talk.
again.
Sorry.
Don't do
Oh.
Minecraft again, Dylan.
so
Sorry.
as of like a month ago, this marked the 10-year anniversary of a channel called Lasagna Cat.
Oh my gosh, it's lasagna cat.
Oh, is this the Minecraft story?
No, it's not. I told Declan about this one. It's very strange.
It's,
Alright,
it's
sorry.
the greatest. No. Actually, Liam, let him talk and don't. Let him
Alright,
just
alright.
Yeah,
say
so
something.
this channel 10 years ago, out of nowhere, posted 27 videos on the same day within like a couple minutes of each other, where they were just rapid uploading videos. 27 videos, same day, within like an hour time frame. And each of them are live-action reenactments of Garfield comics. So the title of the video is a date of a classic Garfield comic, and then they reenact it live. After they reenact it, it shows the original comic with some music, and then they do a skit at the end. It was very, very weird. It got extremely buried in YouTube, because again, it was just 27 live-action videos of Garfield comics that had like no attention for about 10 years. And then out of nowhere, last year, they released a teaser trailer for the return of Lasagna Cat. So what happens is...
Finally!
By the way, it was like the same actor who played John Arbuckle came back in his costume. They also have costumes for Odie and Garfield. And they released like 2 or 3-ish trailers that got like 70-something plus thousand views. And then they released a video that was about 1 minute and 45 seconds long, and the title of it is a phone number. And in the video, they said, what we want you to do is call this number, state your name, and your number of sexual partners. It came out of nowhere.
Lasagna Cat ARG?
So, well, yeah, that's what people were saying. And then, like, I want to say, like, a month or 2 went by. I'm not looking at the dates right now. And they released, like, 12 more videos of their classic format where they have the comic reenacted live. They show a clip of it, and then they show a sketch at the end. One of these... 07/27/1978 was an hour-long clip from that one Garfield comic where John reaches for his pipe, can't find it, and then goes, Garfield! And you see Garfield smoking the pipe. So they reenact it live.
Oh, that one.
They show the comic, and
Classic
then
Garfield.
there's an hour-long clip of a guy explaining how that comic changed his life. There are no cuts, there's no editing. This guy just had an hour-long monologue about how the Garfield comic where John reached for the pipe and couldn't find it changed his life. And he was going on about, like, the symbolism of, like, how sometimes in life he feels like the pipe and sometimes he feels like Garfield. It was crazy. It was crazy.
So, is it at all ironic? Or
It's
is it
totally
like...
ironic.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now.
I don't know.
It looks like
You never know.
But so they released all these videos, and then finally, like, another month goes by, and they release a 4-hour and 40-minute long video called The Sex Survey Results, where it shows John sitting in the chair. He hears a ring at the doorbell. He goes to the door and he goes, "Who is it?" And then you have the audio clip of the person who called. It's like, John. They say the name and he goes, "John? John who?" And then he opens up the door and it's like a mannequin. And each of the mannequins are dressed in their own clothes. For every person that called, it goes, "John Smith, 0." And then it does a laugh track. And it did this for 4 hours.
Oh my god!
Like it's like the most intricate shitpost I've ever seen.
That's like kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And like I can't stress to you, like Dylan showed me this video, and like the daylight through the window of the room changes as the video goes on.
oh my god!
So,
Like they
sets.
didn't do any. Yeah, they had a set. They made it
That's
change day and
super
night
weird.
for 4 hours and 40 minutes of the 3 characters, John, Odie, and Garfield, answering the door to random people that called. And then it's the same laugh track for like 0 or 1 or 2. And then there were like a couple of other really just absurd ones that slipped in there, where it's like a lady crying in Polish, and then people were translating it in the comments, and it was like, "The demon took my baby and ate it."
Oh.
It was so weird.
Dingo at my baby.
Yeah, and then
I feel like
just
I feel
go
like
through
that
the
kind of.
comments.
I feel like this is kind of like reminiscent of like the whole poops thing, where it's just like, what, like it's so bizarre and out there that it's just like, what headspace do you have to be in
Yeah,
to
it's-
make
Yeah.
this?
It's the nether for like the internet.
There
To
are a
like
couple.
sit down and be like, all right, I'll create this.
There were a couple
Alright,
really
today's,
funny prank calls.
Do you think this was like somebody's answer when somebody was like, "What would you do if you won the lottery?" And somebody was just
that
like,
make live action Garfield comics.
Because like I
Yeah.
feel like
By one pack.
improv. I feel like improv is one thing, but like just like this is so outside the realm of like doing something random. I
Right.
just did air quotes.
And
but
it's
you
like,
couldn't
and
see
it's
that.
4 hours. It's high
Thanks.
production quality. Each mannequin is very different. Like they have a
Yeah,
mannequin. For
there's
like,
no
every
duplicates.
Single person. And it's like so well edited for 4 hours and 40 minutes.
If you guys get the chance, read the comments. There are a couple really funny ones that call in. One of my favorite ones was a call by Weed Lord Boner Hitler, who had 429,069 sexual partners, and it was very
Round
good.
of applause. Round of
Classic
applause.
man.
Oh, that's funny.
He
It's the
he
sex
won.
number
Did
and
it.
the weed number.
And the weed number, Jimmy.
All right, guys. Let's cool it down. We're getting a little too up
Too
there.
raunchy. You got some body
All right,
thoughts going
guys,
on.
cut it out.
Boys.
Yeah, speaking
Boys,
of
boys.
speaking of like really unsettling
Boys,
videos
boys.
that like aren't actually supposed to be funny though. Have you guys heard of Alan Resnick's videos? He's a director.
No.
I might. I don't know.
Should I look
Alright,
him up?
he,
or
It
is
sounds
this like,
vaguely familiar.
If you want to look it up, he's made some very viral videos like unedited footage of a bear that aired
Yeah.
on Adult Swim.
Right,
like
I've seen that one.
My personal favorite is This House Has People in It.
That
Yeah, I
one.
just
Well,
saw-
did you hear the breakdown for that of what it's supposed to mean?
Yes, I watched the full Nightmind video.
Yeah,
probably
I'm not
spent-
gonna-
I probably
I'm not gonna
spent
spoil
about
it here.
3-4 hours binging it.
Yeah, I won't spoil it here. I loved Too Many Cooks was a classic. Liam, you've seen
Oh,
Too
he
Many
made
Cooks.
Too Many Cooks.
Too many cooks is a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, another
Too many
big
cooks.
another big thing that he put out that wasn't immediately found out as a experimental art thing was Alan Tutorial. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
ever heard about
Oh
that.
God, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
People
really,
lost.
really
People lost.
rabbit hole thing.
Right.
There's this one that's visitor information. It's just him in a raincoat in like a dark parking lot, staring into the camera, and that's a little freak. That's freaking me out.
Well, that's just my Tuesday. Come on.
Oh, it's you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess the theme for this episode is strange headspaces. I don't really know. We kind of
I guess, yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
want a hamburger?
Hey guys,
Yeah.
welcome
No,
to
I
Barry.
want a
Today,
hamburger. Hi, welcome to Buried, where we scar you emotionally.
technically, yeah, we could
The only
we could do-
podcast that you'll need to go to therapy after,
we
and
could
that's
do,
a guaranteed.
we could
or your money back,
Or your money back.
or we'll give
we
you
could
a
do our
zip zap.
we could do our intros based on like the rest of the podcast if we really wanted. Like
What do you mean?
if there's any kind of theme, we could be like, oh, has anybody seen my head? I think I may have.
I think it's in a
Barry.
strange space.
It's in a weird sad space.
Has anyone seen
I
my
think it might
suitcase?
be
I
buried.
might have left it at the airport. Oh, and this podcast is called Buried.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Guys, you're giving the audience away our secrets.
Oh
42
no.
behind. Gosh, I hope this podcast gets to the point that like 5 years from now, there's like a behind the scenes of Buried where we just like talk crap about each
Dude,
other.
where
like, talking
there's a
heads.
spin-off. Where there's a spin-off of Buried and they do Buried on Buried.
What?
Dude.
It goes in circle. Buried.
Yeah.
Buried.
Tom Cruise is the lead writer of the spin-off of Buried.
Dude, when they make a movie out of this, I want to be played by the ghost of Clint Eastwood.
I want
Obama
Tom
to play
Hanks
me.
to play me.
I think it'd be fun if Obama played me.
Wait, can Obama play both?
I want to see
Declan-
Obama say, "Hey, Toots!
Hey, Toots.
Hey, Toots!"
My fellow Americans. Hey, Toots.
Barack Obama
Hey,
plays
Toots.
all of us.
Yeah, can Barack Obama play every single one of us?
That's a one-man
Yeah,
show
like
by
it's,
Barack
But just
Obama.
with different just with different novelty hats. Like I'm like he'll like Liam is just Barack Obama with a propeller beanie. And then like
Top
Declan
hat.
is Barack Obama with a top hat. Jimmy's got like the beer can hat.
What the hell is the beer can hat?
Like
They have
the
two
You know where you
plants
put the beer
next to
cans?
it.
And you
You
can
can,
like
like-
drink it.
Oh, I went as he was number one.
Where you can be like,
Smitty Werben
"Go,
Hagerman
ye-
Jensen.
number one
for
is
sophomore
football."
year Halloween.
Run Tallahassee.
What's up?
All right, do we have anything
What's
else?
up?
Nah, I'm all good.
I'm
Oh, so eager to exit.
I'm all turd out.
All right,
so
we
wait,
need to bury
wait,
today's
before-
Next up,
Wait, before we
followed by this
before we
this
exit.
podcast will be followed by 10 hours of silence.
Ah!
the only
in honor,
10-hour
hey,
podcast.
no. In honor, hey, listen. In honor of all the strangled tulpas.
Tulpas?
In honor of all the in honor of In honor of all the people who killed themselves trying to kill their tulpas.
Oh my gosh, Liam! Liam!
We're gonna have 10 hours of silence.
In honor of all the tulpas that Hitler's persona licked.
Oh gosh, now we're getting back into the worst part of this podcast.
Guys,
Declan, we're gonna have to censor our names at the beginning. I cannot associate with this.
I know. I
My
feel like
name
this is
is
just gonna
Ashley.
really come back to haunt me one day.
Can you just substitute all our names with Hitler?
Oh my gosh! All
Hey
right,
guys,
so
I'm Hitler.
Himself.
before we
Hitler, and this is
exit out of
Hitler.
here, let's what do we think was probably the best one? I kind of am thinking the Tulpas. That one sort of struck me the most.
That one scared the shit out of me. Fucking
I
hell.
know, that's crazy.
I'm about to go straight in there, so I would say that one was by far
No,
the
it's
most
fine that no one
interesting.
voted for mine. I'll just die. No, really, I don't care. It's
go
not like
listen
I
to
went out of my
Wait,
way.
sorry.
It's
Liam,
not
we'll
like I
give you
went
a
out of my way
second
to try to
chance.
impress you.
Liam, we'll give you a second chance. Try to explain the music without showing us again, real quick.
Just combine a bunch of get a piece of paper,
Uh-huh.
Oh my
write
gosh.
down the first 5 consonants that pop in your head, and say,
Okay.
and say it out loud.
How many consonants are there?
Why?
And
Alright,
that's the
that's
feeling
the
that
poops.
that poops gives you.
All right.
Okay. Besides that, we have a email. It's buriedpodcast.com. If you have,
I didn't know we had an email.
buriedpodcast.
Can I send emails?
You have an email now?
Check
That's
my
too
email,
official.
buriedpodcast.com.
What other secrets are you hiding from me?
It's buriedpodcast@gmail.com. If you find anything weird on the internet that you would like us to review for the podcast, please send it there, and we will look over it and try and get it on. So, other than
And if you have any cute pictures with you and your tulpas, send them right there.
send them right there, and we will
Yeah.
look at each one.
We'll feature them. I mean, yeah. This will probably be
feature-
on YouTube, so
We'll
like
feature,
we'll just show.
we'll feature them.
Also,
show
if
the
you have any
tulpas.
pictures of Hitler, as for
Stop
someone that
it.
you want to draw,
No.
draw them
my
and
gosh,
send it to
Liam,
us.
We will
Liam.
not show that.
Gosh, I
right,
literally will stop.
send-
I'm gonna
no,
delete
send
this
it-
email. I'm gonna delete this email if this
Send it-
happens.
No, send it to a different email at Hitler Fursona.
Stop it.
Liam, out of all the parts that you could have latched onto this episode, that was the one that you shouldn't have chosen.
Listen. If Hitler
Oh my gosh.
Persona isn't in the movie, I walk.
He would have wanted this, Declan.
We're not.
Listen.
All
You
right.
have to honor the dead.
Stop it.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to our show here.